This is hot. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I bring you guys another little mukbang. It's kind of also a little follow-up video. I posted a video about what happened with my dad, and in that video I posted that I used to live in my car. So I was kind of wanting to explain how that happened, or how I even, like how I dealt with it living in the car. That's what I'm gonna do today, and enjoy some noodles. Y'all already know my DP on the side. Let's take a quick little bite though. Oh my god. This is like burning up in the middle. All these are so bomb, but hot. If you guys saw my video, all that was going on. And if you guys haven't seen my video, I'm gonna actually link it down below. I ended up staying in my car. And during that time, the car that I was having was a Nissan Sentra. Pretty much, I was still working at the drive-in, so that was one of the only reasons why I kind of stayed in Montclair and living in my car, because when all that happened, I honestly could say I was a little traumatized, and I didn't want to lose my job because I already knew, like, okay, we had no money. I'm at least making money here, might as well stay working here. Honestly, it was the worst job ever, but a lot of things could have changed if I didn't work there. Because how I explained, we all met there. So if it wasn't for that place, we probably would have never, I probably wouldn't even be here right now. But I remember the first night where I actually stayed in the car. And I'm sure you guys are very curious, like, how did I eat? How did I shower? How did I go to the restroom? Hopefully I get to answer those today. If any of you have ever had a situation like this where you stay living in a car with a friend, I don't know, whatever it is, share it in the comments. I'd like to know. At the same time, this is kind of like me opening kind of like a little personal life of mine. So I feel like also it could help out other people. I hear a little fly. Pretty much the first night, I literally didn't know what to do. When all this was happening, I was, one, very thankful for some of my friends because they actually let me stay at their house. I just kind of felt like I was in the way, I don't know. And I'm sure they would be like, no, of course not, blah, blah. But that's just the way I felt. So I just decided, like, I'm just gonna stay in my car. I remember the first night, I just remember laying down in the driver's seat and I found like a random spot. And I remember where it was at. If you guys know, like, outside of the apartments, there's a street and everybody parks there. So I just found a random spot and that's what I did. I just parked and tried to knock out. But I just remember the whole night, it was just so quiet because obviously the car's off. I was not listening to radio or anything like that. And even at that car sucked, so I didn't even want to try to have the radio on and then randomly the freaking battery just die on me, like, no way kind of thing, you know? I'm just laying down in the driver's seat, like if you lay the seat all the way back, that's what I did. And I just tried to knock out. I could hear everything going on. And it's just so quiet, and literally it's just you laying down and just thinking about everything going on. I don't know, it was just so like sad. I don't know, it was just crazy. Like you hear the people in the apartment, you just hear like owls and crickets, whatever, you know, it's just, you're just there. And I remember I had my window kind of cracked open because it was freaking burning. I didn't want to freaking die in there. I would even wake up early because I can't really fall asleep comfortable in a freaking car. And that was one, I remember when I found out like I really had back pains, I would blame it on that because I was like, yeah, I'm not sleeping on a bed, I'm sleeping on a freaking car seat. From there, that little parking street, whatever, I would go to work. And at work, I remember since they actually trusted me and gave me the key and all that for work, I was able to actually go in early. And that's kind of what kind of helped me out to like use the restroom, or sadly kind of bathe myself. Because I would actually kind of do like a sponge bath. I would go in the restroom. I would have a bag of clothes with me. So I would kind of grab like, like napkins, but not like regular napkin, like kind of that brown napkin. So it's like kind of thicker and like stronger. So I would grab that and kind of like sponge bath myself because obviously, you know, you're gonna have to stink after a while. At the same time, I remember my friend Anthony and Chris, randomly, like, I would hit them up and they knew my situation and they would let me shower at their house. But other than that, I would do that. I would just go in the restroom and just kind of like, what is it called? Bird bath? Sponge bath? Whatever? I don't know. But that's what I did kind of to do showers. And I didn't have obviously like shampoo and conditioner or anything like that. I would literally just do like, it's funny, but like that hand soap. And I would just kind of like, I wouldn't be obviously able to get my whole body. I wasn't completely naked in there, but I would try to wash what I can. God. It's hot. I would get to work early just to do that, and obviously using the restroom, but I would work from like say 5:30 or 6 sometimes till like 12, 1, 2. It just depends because the movies are always different. Not every single movie is the exact same time, so the time schedule would always be different. But pretty much that time frame from like say 5 to like 1, it was me at work, so I didn't really have to worry about much. But then after that was like me trying to figure out where I'm gonna go to sleep. Because I remember even once, the place that I would park and like knock out at, I parked and there was like no parking at all. And I was like, oh my God, let me just kind of like stop here, just kind of like rest. And then I'll just try to figure out, like think where to drive and like get rest. Since I was just kind of there and I had the car off, whatever, and I'm laying back and a cop pulls up, flashes their light at me. I just got scared. Obviously, he could have just like questioned me and let me go or whatever, but I got scared. I freaking turned on my car and I freaking like just booked it. I just skidded out of there. And I saw him like turn on his lights and all that. I was just scared. So I just took off. Where he was at, if you guys know like certain apartments, there's like pretty much on the side of the street, there's apartments, and then there's an alleyway, and then in the back, there's more apartments. So he was passing by the alleyway. That's where he saw me, and I was in the street. So he had to kind of come out the alleyway and back into the street, and I just like booked it straight forward. So yeah, that happened. I feel like I'm slightly getting better at chopsticks. Or not. When I wake up, and before work, I had to kind of figure out what to do. Once I woke up pretty early because obviously, you know, you're in a car, you're uncomfortable, the sun's hitting right at you, you can't dodge the sun. I would just drive to certain spots and grab something to eat. Like I would park at Jack in the Box and just be in the parking lot and eat my meal and just chill there for I don't know how long, to be honest. I just would chill. And another thing, my car, it was not the greatest car ever. It would always pretty much have mechanical problems. I couldn't really drive far, and that's one of the main reasons why I kind of stayed in Montclair and my family went to La Puente, because my car wouldn't be able to do that 30-minute drive. I remember I tried it, but no bueno. And luckily, like if you guys saw, like I slowly got my car fixed or whatever. Until that happened, I was dealing with this for a couple of months. And another thing too, I remember I would try to grab like little snacks. Like I would go to the store, I would buy certain like little granola bars or certain things that I know I could just snack on and not worry about microwaving or whatever it is, cooking. I don't even cook now, but you know. For sleep, that's what I did. I would just knock out in the streets, whatever. To shower, it was at work or at a friend's house. The restroom, one, obviously at work, I would just take full advantage of that. And what's funny about that, I never was the person to use public restrooms. I always hated it. I remember my mom would be at the store and I was like, I gotta go to the restroom. I would not use the restroom. I don't know what it was with me. I just would not want to use it. So she would have to go all the way back home just because my stupid self could not use the restroom at a public place. So when this happened, I had to go over my little phobia or whatever it was, and I had to start using the public restrooms. And honestly, it was like, what am I gonna do? Poop in my freaking car? No, I had to do it. I would just go, say McDonald's or whatever, and I would order a small little side of fries or whatever it was, and then I would just use the restroom and then like eat my food and then just chill in there for a little bit. Or if not, I'll be like, okay, I'm gonna go to my car. But that's what I did, man. This is hot. And all this was pretty much when I was 17, I believe. I feel like when this happened to me, I don't know, it was just obviously very different, but all this was going on with my life. So it was just like big change, like with my whole dad and my mom, the house, everything. So this was just another little cherry on top where I was like, well, this is how it is. And I remember certain nights where it was just, I would literally, like how I was saying, I would just lay back and I would think. It was just horrible. Like for me, it was just horrible. I would just like be thinking about it. I remember once, it was stupid. It was stupid. I was just driving and I just like was thinking of everything. And this was right after getting work, and I was just looking around for a spot to park and knock out. Like I said, it was very stupid. And I just remember like I was at my low, and I hated everything that was going on. And I was just driving and I would just like close my eyes and just like step on the pedal. That only happened that once, and like I said, it was stupid. Never do that, never get that low. Always stay positive, guys. It was just something that happened, I don't know. Oh my God. Ooh. Luckily during this time, like how I said, I was slowly fixing up my car. Like I was kind of saving up money, slowly putting into my car, because literally that's all I had. That was like my house during that time. I slowly put in parts that were breaking down, or that when I bought the car just already needed fixing. But obviously it was only $1,000. So I slowly fixed it up. And that was another thing. I'm so glad I never was like trying to find a spot somebody saw me and try to break into my car or do something stupid to me. But luckily that never happened. I never got jacked or anything. And what's fun, because I've gotten jacked after that. People have broken into my car after that, and luckily just during that time that never happened, because that probably would have knocked me down real quick. I slowly was able to fix the car. Things obviously became way better than what it was during that time. Since I had my like work clothes and I had like regular clothes, I had like bags of clothes. I never told my mom or my brother. I think I told my brother, but that I was living in my car. I would just tell them like, oh no, my friend's helping me out. They let me stay in their car, their house. I remember I would call my mom, ask her if they could take my clothes, because my mom still worked in that area, but she was still living in my grandparents in La Puente. So every now and then when she would come down to the Pomona area or whatever, I would hand her some of my clothes and like, oh, can you wash this for me? And she would kind of like switch it with a brand new bag from last week or whatever of clothes that I gave her. Luckily that was going on. I would literally like just hand her that little bit of clothes, and then I would get fresh clothes. So it wasn't so bad. I remember like in the very beginning, I was kind of not washing clothes, but I would grab like certain shirts, and like if it had like a little stain, I would be at work and I would, oh my God, and I would like literally just that one little spot, like trying to make it look clean or whatever. But then obviously it just took that little bit of cycle of like, okay, getting the clothes in and out with my mom. That was just like a big help, because I was just walking around with dirty ass clothes. And I remember also that car, since like I was saying, it wasn't great. It was hot and the AC in that car would not work. And that was another reason why I would like to go to like certain stores and just order the smallest little thing, but just chill in the restaurant for the AC. Because that little Nissan Sentra, it was a little black Nissan Sentra. I wish I had a photo. I think my brother might have a photo of it. Either way, it sucked. I just need these two things, but like with forks on this. Man, I just need 2 forks. Hold up, I'm burning. I know soda's gonna make it worse, but obviously living in the car was not, I don't know, the best thing ever, obviously. At the same time, it also kind of like not many people could say that, you know? So it's another also kind of like a little lesson or whatever. Like you take that makes you a little more open-minded, I guess you could say. At least to me, in certain little things, I always look at the best thing that could happen. Even during that time, I remember I would just tell myself like it could totally be worse than this. At least I have a car. What if I just didn't have a car? What if I was just like living in the streets or something? And what if I didn't have my parents? What if, I don't know, just so many different things. And even at that, what if I didn't have my friends that were there? Because honestly, like right here, if my friends weren't there, I don't know. It would have been shit. That's what it would have been. And this is why it was more than a friend to me. It was my brother. I'm burning up. If anything, I could say that experience opened my eyes. When you're like how people say, like when you're dealing with the worst, nobody's really there. But when you're up there and you're up top, everybody wants to be your friend. I'm glad during that time when I was at my lowest, I had the people around me that made my day just that little bit easier, you know. I need like, how many people do this? If you guys enjoyed this video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. At the same time, if you guys actually have more questions about when I used to live in my car, if I didn't actually like cover what you guys were probably thinking about, just go ahead and ask them in the comments and I'll comment back. Whew, yeah, I'm burning up. One more little bite. Okay. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Until next time, thank you guys for watching. Deuces.